Hey everybody, Dr. Wozniak here from Low-Hi Chiropractic. I can't believe it's already the second week in September. Summer is almost over, which is such a bummer, but that also means that cold and flu season are on the horizon. So what we wanted you guys to know are the current rules and regulations for the state of Colorado for COVID stuff, because sometimes we don't know what to do. So I am here to tell you what the current rules and regulations are. If you start to feel symptoms, specifically shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, muscle aches and pains, fatigue, fever, headaches. If you're having those symptoms together, that is indicative of potentially COVID. So they call that day 0 is when you start to have symptoms. If you're having those, it's highly recommended to test. If you test positive, the moment you test positive, that's considered day 1 of being positive for COVID. You need to isolate on that day 1, the second you've tested positive for COVID. If you live at home by yourself, you're not required to wear a mask, obviously, but if you live with others that could potentially be infected, they recommend that you wear a mask at home. Now, 6 days of isolation. So day 0 is when you start to have symptoms. Day 1 is the moment you test positive for COVID. So from day 1 to day 6 is when you should be isolating. As long as your symptoms are improving and you don't have a fever, you're not required to retest, and you can go out of isolation so you can go back to work, you can be back in public, you can come back to the office for your adjustments as long as you have a mask on. You're asked to wear a mask until day 11. So on day 11, from the time you took a positive COVID test, that's as long as you should be wearing a mask. After day 11, you no longer need to wear that. So if you guys have any questions, obviously visit the localcolorado.gov website for any updates with COVID. We'll be giving updates if anything changes throughout the next couple weeks or next couple months. If you find that you're tested positive for COVID and you have an appointment at our office, we ask that you isolate for those total of 6 days, and you can come back on day 7 as long as no fever and as long as symptoms are improving, and you can wear a mask, okay? And then of course, if you missed any appointments or fell behind in care, after you can come back to the office, we'll do some makeup days to get you right back on track and keeping you healthy. So cheers to having a healthy cold and flu season and staying on top of your chiropractic care. See you soon.